لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين 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 غريب حسين حسين شهيد شهيد حسين حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين
حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه ونور عرشه أفضل الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين بالقاسم محمد الطاهرين المعصومين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. Tonight, which is the night of Ashura, for us is a very special night. This is a night when we should place ourselves in the desert of Karbala. We should place ourselves in the darkness that was there, amongst which Imam Hussein's small band of followers sat in a very small group of tents in this night doing ibadah, doing tasbih. And this is a night where they remembered Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a night which is a very, very sad night for us. And indeed, tomorrow we have Yawm al-Ashura. And I'd like to emphasize a few things about tomorrow's day. I would like to talk to my brothers, my sisters, and my mothers, and everyone in this hall. And I think that tonight, of all the nights, we should have total silence among ladies as well as among gents. Tonight is a night to remember Bibi Fatima Zahra alayha salam, who's crying in the field of Karbala, in the desert of Karbala. She's saying, Wa Husayna, Wa Husayna. This is a night where all of us should be singly thinking of one thing, Karbala, Karbala, Karbala. No other thought should come in our minds. No thought, no smile, no laughter, no vain talk. On the day of Ashura, which is the greatest day of tragedy, we should spend this day in mourning. We should start the day by doing ghusl. We should do special ghusl of Yawm al-Ashura, which is greatly mustahab to do. So the first thing we do in the morning, we get up, we say our subah namaz, you pray, you do your ghusl for Yawm al-Ashura, and then you start doing la'na on the killers of Imam Hussain alayhi salam throughout the day. Throughout the day you say, لعن الله قوم الظالمين. لعن الله من قتل Imam Hussain alayhi salam. You know, you just do la'na. And you remember this, you do salam. You recite the salam that is in Ziyarati Ashura. You recite the salam, Assalamu alaikum ya Aba Abdillah, throughout the day. When you talk to each other, you meet each other by saying, أعظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بمصابنا بالحسين عليه السلام. You tell that we remember this day nothing but the musibah of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. This is the day of grieving. This is the day of remembering Imam Hussein. In 1 year, in your whole life, one day in the whole year, you have to spend doing nothing but remembering Imam Hussein alayhi salam on this one day. This one day, which is the Yawm al-Ashura. That is the most critical day. Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salam stated, if you have no other thing to do, there is no way you cannot do ziyarah. This is the day we should be in Karbala. We should be in Karbala in front of the Zari of Abdullah and say, Ya Abdullah. You should be saying, Assalamu alaikum, Ya Abdullah. This is the day. That is the day when you should be there. But we are not there. So from far, you say, Assalamu alaikum, Ya Abdullah. Go up in the terrace and say, Assalamu alaikum, Ya Abdullah. Remember, we should be in Karbala. We should be among the people who are saying, Labbaik Ya Hussein. We should be among them, the millions of people who are saying, Labbaik Ya Hussein. They are saying, Labbaik Ya Hussein. They are totally pouring out their love for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They are pouring out their muhabba for Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala. Millions of people, we should be amongst them. We should be amongst them, but we cannot. We are here. So we remember Imam Hussein alayhi salam from far. We don't eat any food. We don't drink anything. From morning, we don't do anything that is zina, which is like, zina. Like, you try to decorate yourself. Men don't shave on that day. They don't shave. They just don't have any food. They have no drink. You come here, you recite the Majlis of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, you do the Amal of Yawm al-Ashura, and then when you finish with the Majlis, when you finish with your sinazani, that's when you start breaking your fast. This is not a fast, this is faqa. You break the faqa when? When Imam Hussein alayhi salam's tragedy. At that time, Imam Hussein alayhi salam has now been shaheed. That's when you break the fast, you break your faqa. It's not a fast, it's faqa. You don't have anything, you break it. You eat something, you eat tabarruk, you eat nadar. But that is the time. So please, remember the hurma of this day. Tomorrow, come as much as possible in the greatest numbers when you come here and do Amal of Ashura. It is so important. Once in a lifetime, come and do Amal of Ashura. If you can't do the whole day, if you can't do throughout the year, come and do Amal of Ashura on this one particular day, which is the day of Ashura. This is the day where you cleanse your heart. This is the day where you rejuvenate your faith. This is the day you identify yourself with Imam Hussein alayhi salam's mission. This is the day, no thought except Hussein, 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 wa Hussein, wa Musiba. That's the only thing that should be in our minds. The other thing I wanted to indicate to you, with the love of Imam Hussein that we have in our hearts, with the love of Fatima alayhi salam that we have in our hearts, the love of Zainab alayhi salam that we have in our hearts, with the love of Sakina alayhi salam that we have in our hearts, whenever anyone comes and tells us, in the name of Hussein, I'm asking you for some donation, give it. Don't withhold your hands. Allah will give you several times more. This is not a waste. إِنَّ هَذَا لَرِزْقُنَا مَا لَهُ مِن نَفَادٍ. إِنَّ هَذَا لَرِزْقُنَا مَا لَهُ مِن نَفَادٍ. This will not be wasted. This will not be wasted. If you can't take out $100, $100, £1, £5, £20, $20, whatever you can. The smallest amount, the smallest child, give from your pocket money. Give from the money that you get as your pocket money. Give in the love of Hussein. Make yourself izhar of Muhabbat Hussein. Tell yourself, in the love of Hussein, I will give my pocket money. I will give the money that I will be given by my parents to spend. The children should remember to give in the way of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. If you can't give small amount of money, how can we give our lives? How can we say, Ya laytani kuntu ma'akum fa afuza ma'akum? This is the second message that I wanted to give you. When someone comes in front of us and says, in the name of Hussein, I'm asking you, how can you not respond? Muhabba of Hussein will stop you from doing anything but to give. So whatever it is, give it. It doesn't matter, that amount doesn't matter. What matters is that you gave in the love of Imam Hussein. That matters. The smallest amount of money is the highest value. in the eyes of Abu Abdullah Hussein, because he will see this Muhib of Imam said, this Muhib gave in the name of my love. He gave in the name of my love. It doesn't matter what amount. Amount is insignificant. What matters is my niyyah. I love Imam Hussein. I will give in the name of Imam Hussein, in the love of Imam Hussein. Salawat. I would like to make only one point today before going to Masai, and that point that I would like to make is just to conclude on what I was talking about in terms of imama and in terms of wilayah. Imama is a succession of guidance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us the Holy Prophet, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And thereafter, He sent us Imams. From starting with Imam Ali alayhi salam, in Ghadirakum, Man kuntu mawla fahada Ali mawla. This is the beginning of Imam succession. After that, so from the first Imam to the 11th Imam, we had guidance. We had guidance. If anyone wanted to ask any questions, they would go to the Imam. But do you know that Imams were not available? Sometimes they were put in prison. The 5th Imam and the 6th Imam was not put in prison. They had the largest amount of time to do tabligh, and therefore they set up the university in Medina of 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people. All these people who are in the Ahl Sunnah school of thought, who were, Hanafi, Hanifa, all that, they were standing under our Imams. So now, they had the time. Thereafter, from the 7th time onwards, imprisonment. 8th time onwards, he's taken to Tus. He's taken to Tus, he's taken there and kept together. So now what is happening? Wherever the Imams had opportunity to do tabligh and to give guidance, they would give guidance. But if Imam, say for example, the 7th Imam and the 6th Imam started this, he had wakils. He had his agents. The 6th Imam started Wikala. We say that the Wikala started in the time of the 12th Imam. No, it started in the time of the 6th Imam. The 6th Imam had agents because the empire, the Abbasid empire was very, very big. Don't underestimate how huge it was. In the time of the Abbasids, we say that Yemen, Azerbaijan, Egypt, and we had that. But it had grown beyond that. So there was need for guidance to be given throughout the empire. And our Imam is the Imam, for everyone, for all of the humanity. So he was giving guidance through the agents. They were the trusted people through whom he trusted, he appointed them. There was a network, the entire network of Bikala that was present. They would collect homes, they would collect the dues, write it to the Imam. If there are any questions to be asked, people would write letters to them, and the agents would bring it to the Imam. They would bring it somehow. Even if they're in prison, they would have some arrangement to be able to see Imam. So we find that until the 11th Imam, most of the Imams were put in prison for a very long time. But they gave their guidance through the agents. And the system of agents was there throughout. To collect homes, to collect religious dues, zakat, to give guidance, to be able to tell people what is the religious guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the time when so many different ideas were coming up. There were so many different ideas, the ideas of the different sects which were coming up at that time. The Murji'as and others, they were all kind of coming all over, with different ideas. So Imam had to give proper guidance through the wakil. So when 11th Imam died, and the 12th Imam became the Imam al-Zamana, Ajjalallah Ta'ala Farajah Sharif. So how now, what is to happen? When the Holy Prophet died, before that, he said, Man kuntu mawla fahada alim mawla. So in Ghadirakum, our Holy Prophet provided for the continuation of guidance. So what did our 12th Imam do? Did our 12th Imam say, I'm going into Ghaiba Khalas? Now what is the Ummah to do? What are the Shias to do? Did he say that? Did he say, you do whatever you want? You decide. Aql. You got rationality. You got Kitab Allah. Go ahead, read the book. Do whatever you want. Come to decisions. I'm in Raiba. Did you say that? Our 12th Imam said, I have got 4 Nabi Khas, one after another, for a period of 69 years in Raiba de Sogra. He set up a system. Of giving guidance. This Nabi Khas were giving guidance. They were faqih. These Naib Khas were highly educated people. Naib Khas were, the first Naib Khas was in the servant of the 9th Imam, 10th Imam, 11th Imam. He had entered the household of the Imam Ahlul Bayt from very young age, trained by Imam. That was the first Naib. And then we had first, second, third, fourth. When the fourth Naib was told by our Imam, and what was happening? Anyone who wanted any guidance, right, wrote letters to these Naib Khas, and the Naib Khas would answer them. Now, how would they answer them? They would get information and the replies from Imam Zamana, so they had contact. It is called Ghaibat Sogra because they had contact. They were able to meet with Imam. And there were other people who were able to meet with Imam during Ghaibat Sogra, but they had primary contact. Now, after 69 years, Ghaibat Sogra comes to an end. The fourth Naib Khas is told, tell the people there will be no more Naib Khas after this. No more appointments. So what does happen now? So what should people do? The people who are now used to asking for guidance from first Naib Khas, second Naib Khas, third Naib Khas, fourth Naib Khas, what are they to do? Are they to be left alone? You decide now yourself. You have Quran, you have everything. Go ahead, you have all the hadiths of the 11 Imams. You can go and look at the hadith and decide yourself. Is that what our 12th Imam said? No. Our 12th Imam didn't say that. Our 12th Imam also instituted a system of guidance. So what did he say? Our 12th Imam's hadith, there was a question asked by Ishaq ibn Yaqub to the 12th Imam, and he answered, for the newly occurring circumstances, turn for guidance to the narrators of our ahadith, the people who are learned in ahadith, the people who have studied the science of ahadith. Turn to them. Why? For they are my proof upon you in the same way as I am Allah's hujjah over you. This was the guidance that was left by our 12th Imam. Our 12th Imam, this is an authentic hadith. Our 12th Imam has told us, turn for guidance to the people who are Ahlul Hadith. These are Muhaddithin. These are the people who are narrators. And now what happens? There is another hadith. There is another hadith of 6th Imam, which sets out that the 6th Imam is quoted from 11th Imam, saying, when he's asked, what should the qualifications of the people who are in Ijtihad, the narrators of hadith should be, to whom we should turn? And he says, he should be faqih, qualification number 1. Number 2, in control of his own soul. He protects his religion. He suppresses his evil desires. And he is obedient to the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the people should follow him. There are many hadiths. People, this idea that people should be wakil and give fatwas and give rulings was not something that only started in the 6th Imam's time. The Holy Prophet appointed Muaz ibn Jabal to go where? To Yemen. To teach and give rulings. The Holy Prophet appointed Musa ibn Umair from Makkah to Yathrib to go and teach. 6th Imam told Aban bin Taghlib, go and sit in the mosque of Medina and give rulings. The 8th Imam appointed Zakaria ibn Adam al-Qummi and Yunus bin Abdul Rahman, solved the disputes among people. You see, this was not something new. The idea that we should go to someone who is knowledgeable, who is faqih, is not something new. It happened in the time of our Holy Prophet as well. Because that is a logical system. Because our Holy Prophet knew that this guidance is not going to be, the physical presence of our Imams will not be throughout. Only 249 years. They were there for 249 years, no more. After that, there is to be, what is the Ummah to do? So are we believing that we are now on our own? No. We have got someone to go to. Who are the people we should go to? These are the people who do ijtihad. They are the learned, and they are called mujtahid. And they are, some of them become so highly learned, they become marja', and they become people who are called marja' taqlid. So these are the people. These are the people who are hujjah over us. They are hujjah over us. And that is why we do taqlid. You don't get here, you don't know. Too much, too difficult for us. We are not mujtahid ourselves, too difficult for us. That is why we do taqlid. Salawat. محمد وآل محمد صلوات. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك وأنا أخذت رحلك. عليكم مني جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا رحمة الله وبركاته. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون رضا بقضائه وتسليما لأمره. This night, close your eyes, picture yourself here in Karbala. Imam Hussein's small group of tents are totally surrounded by 30,000 soldiers. Totally surrounded. Imam Hussein alayhi salam has dug a trench at the back because they were circled totally, and the trench was dug to stop the soldiers of Umar ibn Sa'd to come from behind, to attack from behind. They put fire woods in there and burned a fire so that people should not come from behind. Do you know, Umar ibn Sa'd wanted to circle and wanted to attack, wanted to come closer and closer to Imam Hussein's tents to attack as soon as possible. For these mal'oon, these people who call themselves Muslim, they thought that they were committing a great act of sawab. They wanted to do this act of sawab actually very fast. They wanted to do it quickly so that they earn reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the eyes of Allah. La'an on them. What did they think by shedding the blood of the grandson of the Holy Prophet they are going to get closer to Allah? They are not going to get close to Allah. This is the night. This is the way in which Bibi Zainab alayha salam is there in the tent. It's dark. It's quiet. The sounds of tasbih of the ashab is coming. Subhanallah, Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The ashab are doing namaz, the ashab are doing tasbih, the ashab are doing dhikr Allah, the ashab are praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ashab are saying, may it be that we should be successful tomorrow, that we shall guard Imam Hussein alayhi salam from all danger and give our lives for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The ashab were praying to Allah for shahada. The ashab were reciting, they were being deeply absorbed in ibadah. At that time, Bibi Zainab alayhi salam is in her tent. And suddenly, she hears the sound of crying. There is a cry of a woman out in the desert. And she's crying. She's crying as if she has lost a dear son. She's crying as if she has lost a very dear one. She calls Imam Hussein, oh my brother Hussein, who is this person crying in the desert, all in the darkness? in the night, we don't know who this person is, because when I hear her crying, my heart is breaking. My heart is breaking. I'm very sad to hear the cry of this lady. Who is this lady? At that time, Imam Salam says, oh my sister, did you recognize our mother? Our mother Fatima Zahra is coming. Our mother Fatima Zahra is here with us. She's saying, wow, Hussein. She's saying, wow, Husseina. She's saying, wow, Madluma. Yeah, wow, Husseina. She's there. And this is what happens. Imam Hussein salam says, my mother is there waiting. She's waiting for me to come. She's waiting for me to come to the battlefield. She's waiting for me to come. She is sweeping the sand of Karbala with her hair. She's sweeping the sand of Karbala with her hair, with her hands. She's keeping ready for the time when I will fall. I'll be all alone. I'll be full of wounds. I'll be full of arrows, and I'll fall from Sultana. At that moment, there'll be no one, and she'll tell me, Ilayya, Ilayya, ya bunayya. Oh my son, come to me, I'm here with you. Allah. Jazakallah, Jazakallah. The night of Ashura is a very, very important night. It's a very sad night. This is the night when Imam Hussein salam spends the whole night. The ladies are together with their beloved sons. They are hugging them for the last time. Farwa is hugging Qasim for the last time. Layla is hugging Ali Akbar for the last time. And all the Masjid Zainab salam is hugging Muhammad for the last time. Rubab is hugging Ali Akbar for the last time. Oh my husband, you are so very still. You are so still. It's as if you are going to lose your life very soon. You are so thirsty, so your lips are so parched. Your lips are so thirsty. She's hugging. She said, oh my son, Ali Akbar, if I had milk, I would have given you that. But after 3 days of this no having water, my milk has dried up. Oh Ali Akbar, all I can do is hug you and hold you to my arms. Ali Akbar is there. Imam Hussein goes, the day of Ashura comes. The day of Ashura comes. Imam Hussein begins with Adhan of Ali Akbar, and Imam Hussein is praying the first Jamaat Subh Namaz. By the time it is Dhuhr, so many ashab have been shaheed. They have been group fighting, there is individual fighting. All of them, they have been fighting. They gave their life to Imam Hussein salam. Abbas went, Ali Akbar went, Qasim went. All of them have gone. Now Imam Hussein salam is alone. He has been taking the bodies and the lash of everyone to the tent. And then now he comes. Now it's time for him to go. So he goes in the battlefield and he does his hujjah. He goes and talks to the people, say, do you know who I am? I'm the grandson of the Holy Prophet. You want to kill me? You want to shed my blood? You think you are going to get Jannah after shedding my blood? You are the slaves of your sin. You don't know what you are doing. You don't know what you are doing. You don't know what you are doing. I am explaining to you what you are. You should remember that I am the grandson of the Holy Prophet. I am the son of Fatima Zahra. Why do you want to kill me? Then, when these people were adamant, they don't want to listen to him, they don't want to listen to it at all, and then he goes in the middle of the Maidan of Karbala, he says, Hal min nasirin yansuruna? Hal min nasirin yansuruna? Is there anyone to help? Is there anyone to help? At that time, he hears the sound from the ladies' tents, all the tents. There's a cry of ladies, all the ladies are crying. They are crying loudly. And then he turns back and he goes to the ladies and he says, my Zainab, my sister Zainab, I'm still alive. Why do you cry? Why do you cry? I'm still alive. I'm still alive. At that time, Bibi Zainab says, the moment you said, Hal min nasirin yansuruna, the moment you said, Hal min nasirin yansuruna, Ali Akbar made himself fall from the cradle. He fell down. Imam said, yes, my mujahid, he is there, he's asking me to bring him to the battlefield. He tells Ali Akbar, oh Ali Akbar, he holds Ali Akbar, he kisses him, he kisses the cheek, And he tells Rubab, oh Rubab, prepare Ali Asghar, I want to take him to the battlefield. I want to ask for water from these people. Perhaps, Shire, perhaps they will give something. Perhaps they will give some water. And then Rubab, what does she do? Rubab, she takes Ali Asghar. She dresses him with all the new clothes. She said, my son is going to the battlefield. He is dressed up in the best clothes. And then she hugs Ali Asghar. She says, oh Ali Asghar, go and drink water and come back quickly. Your mother is waiting for you. Your mother is waiting for you. She's going to wait for you. And she waits by the gate, by the door of the tent. Rubab is waiting by the door of the tent. Imam Hussain alayhi salam takes Ali Asghar. It is so hot, it is so sunny, it is so hot. Imam Hussain alayhi salam takes little Ali Asghar in his abaya and he gives saya, he gives the shade of the abaya to Ali Asghar, and so no one sees who is being carried. And the soldiers see that Imam Hussain alayhi salam as if he's bringing something. He's bringing something, he's walking, he's coming very near. He comes very near to the people. He comes very near to the soldiers. And look, at that thought, that because Imam Hussain alayhi salam is now pleading for mercy on the basis of Quran, he has brought Quran to plead for mercy. That time, Imam Hussain alayhi salam, the moment he goes near, he goes so near that they can see, everyone can see what he is doing. He wants to make the hujjah clear. And then he opens up his abaya and he takes Ali Asghar and he holds him like that. He holds Ali Asghar like that. This is my son Ali Asghar, he is thirsty. He has not had water for 3 days. If you think I have committed a sin, if you think I have committed a crime, if you think I am at fault, what has this young child of 6 months done? If you are Muslims, in the name of Islam, I am asking you, give him some water. Give him some water. No one replies. No one comes forward to give some water. And then Imam Hussain alayhi salam says, tells them again, oh people, if you are not Muslims, are you human beings? Are you human beings? In the name of humanity, I am asking, give some water to my baby. Give some water to my baby. Aren't you not Sahib Awlad? Don't you have small babies in your homes? Don't you have small children in your home? Don't you have this love for children? Give some water. No one replies. People cry, but no one replies. The soldiers cry, but no one replies. At that time, Imam Hussain alayhi salam says, if you think I'm going to drink the water myself, take my baby, take him and feed him some water yourself. Give him water yourself. And what he does, he puts the baby, he puts Ali Asghar on the burning sands downstairs. He puts Ali Asghar on the burning sands and he leaves him there and walks away. At that time, people start crying more. They start crying more. Umar ibn Sa'd al-Own says, he tells Harmala, Iqta kalam al-Hussein. Iqta kalam al-Hussein. Cut the words of Hussein, because they have such effect on my soldiers. Imam Hussain alayhi salam sees that they are not giving any water. The baby is suffering in the burning sand. It's very hot. He goes, the first Harmala keeps his arrow ready. He has got a 3-pronged arrow. A 3-pronged arrow is one to kill a camel. A camel's neck is killed with a 3-pronged arrow. He has got his 3-pronged arrow ready and he starts shooting. He wants to shoot the first one. At that time, Imam Hussain alayhi salam comes to Ali Asghar and he lifts him as he is going bending down and lifts Ali Asghar. At that time, Harmala misses the arrow. He misses. He doesn't hit anyone. Then he takes a second arrow and he wants to hit again. And he suddenly looks at the Kaimaba, suddenly looks at the tents and he sees the shape of a lady who is there, who is at the gate. He says, this must be the mother. This must be the mother. She's seeing what I am doing. And his arrow misses. He shakes and his arrow misses. And then the third time, he takes his arrow and shoots. By that time, Imam Hussain alayhi salam has held Ali Asghar on his laps like that. And the arrow cuts through the neck of Ali Asghar, severs the neck and hits and sticks itself against the chest of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Imam Hussein says, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. He takes the blood of the little baby, it's dripping. He takes the blood and he says to the, he wants to throw it on the sands of Karbala, and he hears a voice. He hears a voice from the earth. If this drop of Hunenahar, if this Hunenahar comes to any part of this earth, nothing will grow ever on this earth. And then he wishes to he wants to throw the blood towards the sky, and the sky, he hears the sky. If there is blood which comes out, which you throw towards the sky, no rain will ever come, no rain will ever flow. And then what he does, he takes the blood and puts it on his beard. He puts it on his beard and says, this is the way I'm going to go. I'm going to go in front of my grandfather. I'm going to go in front of my mother. And I'm going to show what this Ummah have done. This Ummah have done to this Ali Asghar. Then he goes back. Now, Mirubab is waiting. Mirubab is waiting. So she takes the body. He holds the body of Ali Asghar in his arms, and he wants to go towards Mirubab, going to go towards the tent. And as he's moving, he says, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, bidhambi qadahi wa taslimun amri. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, bidhambi qadahi wa taslimun amri. He goes 7 times forward. And then he turns back. How am I going to show the baby to the mother? How am I going to show the baby to Rubab? And then he goes back. He does this 7 times. And then finally he comes to the tent. And he covers the body with his abaya. And he goes towards the tent. And Rubab is asking, oh my Imam, oh my husband, oh my Ya Aba Abdullah, did they give water? Have they fed water to my husband? Have they fed water to my husband? At that time, Imam Hussein says, yes, your husband has been Sa'ab. He has been given water, but he has been given water by Amir al-Mu'mineen in Jannah. He's getting water from Hawza Kawthar, but he has been given water from there. But they gave him an arrow, and what he does, it put Rubab, he gives in the hands of Rubab, the little baby who's still, Rubab hugs the baby. Is this what they did to you? Is this the way they treat people who are babies? Is this the way they treat people who are asking for water? Don't they have any mercy in their hearts? ألا لعنة الله قوم الظالمين سيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون ماتم يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين